guys. Couldn't get my device to work for a minute there. Oh, I got an itchy nose, sorry. So, happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing good. This is Laura, Black and White Heart, Tarot and Adventure. I got a new little hot pink skeleton the other day. They're setting up Halloween. So I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I gotta have it. I hope you guys can see it because I have a rainbow light on tonight. I just felt like doing something different because we're getting more into that season. I drove back and forth to St. Cloud today, which that means I spent a good 4 hours in the car today, and I just walked back in and I was like, I mean, I've been in the sun, I've been by the pool, I've been in the car, I've been at a birthday party, so might be a little messy, but I figured before I get into my evening and my pajamas and go watch some more of my series Dead to Me, I'm gonna say hey, okay? All right, because tomorrow I want to do a lot of work. I need to do some reorganizing around the house and clean and just regroup on some things. So I don't know if I'll have time to pop in tomorrow. So I figured I'd do it tonight. Okay, I hope everybody's doing good. Let's see what the cards have to say tonight. I had a topic, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't want to go there right now. I don't know. I just don't feel like it. Pretty good mood overall. You know how it is when you go around family, even though you love them, there's always, you know, something. I guess they're also lessons for us. But I'm glad I have my family, and no matter what. And I'm gonna leave that. I don't usually take like reversal cards, but death came out reversed. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure what the reversal means. I hope it's in my book. All right, we're gonna leave it like that. What do I want to do? Alice in Wonderland. I had to make my choice. Oh my gosh. It's bothering me. Okay. Alice in Wonderland Oracle. The other side of me wants to go somewhere and get some sun, get in the sun. I stayed out of the sun today because of my eczema, so I should do that because then I don't break out. It's a little clearer today. The heat and stuff flares it up, so maybe just leave it alone for right now. But the Florida side of me wants to get some sun. Maybe I could take an early morning walk, and then that way I could get some very early sun and not overdo it. We got this one the last time. The Griffin. Well, I don't know. Let's see how much time we have. Maybe we'll do two, because we got that one the last time too, oddly enough. The Little Mouse. I don't know if you can see these. I got a camera kind of far away today. Hope you can hear me. I got my fan on too. Okay, let's do this. All right, let's do this. I gotta clear out my phone. I got a brand new phone. It's already saying the storage is full. I'm doing something completely wrong. I asked like 5 people today, and anybody that has iPhones deals with the same thing, and I had like all these different opinions, and yet nobody really knew for sure. So I'm not the only one that deals with this, but I'm apparently not somebody who knows how to fix it. We have the Two of Wands. That's starting something, possibly with a partner, or getting your ideas going. Three of Cups, that's usually, people say different meanings. I think Three of Cups is like celebration with friends. King of Pentacles, we keep getting King of Pentacles. That's the stable guy right in the middle. Nine of Cups, I'm gonna say you're good. You're doing real good with your with like love and fulfillment, because Ten of Cups is like the best you can get. So we'll read all the meanings. So I'm gonna say starting something new, possible partnership, maybe with these friends. Stability, could be that you are the King of Pentacles now, or you're starting something stable, or you're going to meet one. I don't know if that's one of the friends you're celebrating with. Nine of Cups, your fulfillment is doing good. Judgment. Then we have Judgment. Not sure about that. I'm not sure about well, I mean, we know what Judgment is, right? But I don't know what it would be judging. Death in reverse. So hopefully that means, well, death is usually like the endings and beginnings. So if you reverse that, maybe it's not the endings. Maybe it's moving on from the endings. And then Four of Cups. Oh no, Four of Cups. Now everything looks like it's going good. I'll reread everything, but then you're kind of bored with it. Maybe you're not recognizing how many obstacles you've overcome and how good you're doing. Maybe you're not taking the time to enjoy what you have built right now. And you're just like, oh, what next? Because it's not all the way where I want to be. I think that might be what it is. So maybe that's what Judgment is about. Let's see. Let's see, guys. Okay. We know what Two of Cups is. I'm going to do Three of Cups just to make sure I am correct. Three of Cups is emotional happiness together with a sense of abundance and achievement. Three of Cups represents celebrations with friends and family. It can also indicate weddings and christenings. Okay. It also shows the progress of a relationship that is emotionally fulfilling, a happy conclusion to matters, victory, and abundance. Generally, it tends to indicate reasons to celebrate with others. That's probably because you're moving on to start new things. King of Pentacles, that's the stable guy, either you or someone else. Let's do Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is one of the most promising of the tarot and is sometimes referred to as the wish card, signifying the achievement of an important desire that brings you fulfillment. It can represent emotional and material fulfillment, abundance, also sensual pleasures. It indicates you feel well pleased. That's what I thought. Okay. All right, so new beginnings. Hanging out with friends, celebrating the fact that maybe you or everyone is getting more stable. You're really happy. Things are going great. Now let's look at Judgment. Let's see what Judgment has to do with everything. I like to read it because then I'm sure about my, you know, what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's Judgment on this Death reverse, or the fact that you're not realizing how good you have it right now. I do that too. I mean, I do it often. I'm my worst critic. I'm like, I don't know, sometimes I don't realize how far I've come in the past, definitely the past year. For sure, but actually like a couple of years. Judgment. Nope, that's Justice. Let me keep on going here. Come on, Judgment. Judgment. Judgment is known as the karmic card. As you sow, so shall you reap. The results of the seeds you have previously planted and your past efforts are now being rewarded. Okay. As a card depicting resurrection, it indicates renewal and revival, dormant matters coming back to life. With the Judgment card, it is possible to make a new start, but it is important to take stock before positively moving forward again. There is a general feeling of rejuvenation and health matters show improvement. This card represents a time to be happy and new beginnings. I mean, this whole thing is that we're doing good. Now we get to death in reverse. Okay. So the upright meaning would be the ending of one phase of life to make way for a new one. It represents a major change and transformation. To benefit from change, we need to remain open to it and recognize that through every life experience we're given the opportunity for major growth and learning at some level. So death and rebirth, basically. It can release us from that which is no longer useful in our lives. But that we continue to hang on to merely because we have fear of change. In doing so, we deny ourselves new opportunities that await us. It's often welcome this card for they may be impatiently waiting for major changes to take place. Surrounding cards will clarify the situation. Death in reverse? I need clarification. Where's my other books? I need clarification on that one for real. Because if it's death is endings and beginnings, why would it be in reverse? To know, guys. I have to know. Where's another book? Let's do this one. This one might have it. I hope. Hope it has the reverse meaning so that I can clarify. Because I don't know how to interpret that. Because everything looks good, so. Okay, it does have reverse. Thank goodness. Reversed meaning of death. An enforced change, a removal of something that should have been given up. The loss of a friendship. So, all this is going good. Don't screw it up by being possibly bored with the options you have or hanging on to something that you need to let go of from the past. So that makes sense because if you can't move forward if you don't release the old stuff, because if it was upright, you'd be releasing it and moving forward. You've gone through the hard stuff, release it and move forward. But I think that you're not seeing what's in front of you, okay? So let go, try your hardest to keep working through letting go of like past hurts of whatever type. And that way you won't be sitting there like spacing out thinking about, oh, okay, well everything's going great, but, okay, so let's work on that, all right? I'm guilty of it too. Okay, because honestly, you're doing great. You have all kinds of wonderful things in front of you. Let's try to celebrate more with our friends about the accomplishments that we've done and getting ourselves stable and how great we're doing. And let's really like not do this, okay? Let's not space out, be thinking about something else or different options or old options. Let's say old options. Okay, let's not do that because that's going to stop our forward movement. Let's If you're feeling like that, maybe do something. Take a relaxing bath, salt bath for cleansing. Take a walk out in nature. Get some quiet. Clear your head. I don't mean to go out there and just, I don't want you to go out there and do this, okay? I don't want you to go out there and think about how everything's not just the way you want it, and or past situations. I want you to let that go. Breathe in some fresh air, and more so think about all the good stuff that you have right here, right now, currently in your life. Be in the now, okay? All right, so let's just do the Alice in Wonderland real quick. The Griffin, we've read that one before. Give me a minute because I have to find it in this book. We know this. There's the little mouse. Let's save that. I mean, I can definitely relate to that reading because I've moved forward. I have gotten my own place. Yes, it's small. Yes, it's simple, but it is my own place, which is what I've been wanting for such a long time. I've got a car. I've got a job currently. I was able to go spend time with friends, like, as much as possible. Lately, I even had a friend invite me to lunch, but I was already in St. Cloud. I have like a lot of, like, I have to be grateful of the friends and the things that I'm doing in my life right now. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was even just thinking about moving again to a totally different area. In which it's not that I wouldn't be open to that, but I think I'm just not paying attention to the good stuff I have right this second. Just need to live in it for a minute. The trip I took today made me like put brakes on that. The Griffin. In the story, the mythological beast, whose head and body are those of an eagle and a lion, respectively, was ordered by the Queen of Hearts to take Alice to meet another surprising creature, the mock turtle. The Griffin turned out to have somewhat dry and rough manners, showing a great lack of kindness toward Alice, and also saying that both the Queen and the mock turtle were not in tune with reality and imagined too many things. The meaning is, pull your socks up and stop confusing what you think is going on with what is actually going on. Imagination is a great tool that helps in creating new ideas or concepts, but if you come to believe everything it tells you indiscriminately, then you are in big trouble. Wanting is not always getting, and your current perception does not meet the truth of the situation. Yeah. Are you able to tell the difference between what your imagination wishes to see and what is actually happening? Good question. So, like the card said, you might just be like spacing out and like not even, I mean, you could be thinking things aren't the way you want them. Just take a minute, okay? It might be your imagination. The next one is the little mouse. In the story, swimming in the ocean of her own tears, Alice met a little mouse whom she tried to start a conversation with. It soon became obvious that communication between them would not be easy. Alice mistakenly mentioned her mouse eating cat Dinah, I don't know, something that badly offended the little rodent. Meaning, though you may want to foster dialogue, remember that language and communication can sometimes be tricky and lead to uncomfortable misunderstandings. 100%. Happens to me all the time. Think twice before you speak and try your best to show empathy as well as psychological finesse. Your interlocutor, I don't know what this word is. Interlocutor, I don't know, has feelings and points of views of their own, and you have to take them into account if you hope to create a constructive discussion. Well, I guess that goes to maybe imagining things, or thinking things are what they're not. Key question: if you really made the effort of putting yourself in the other person's shoes, what would you do differently? Well, it's true. I do it a lot. I get so, that watery Scorpio in me gets offended really easily, and sometimes I can offend people really easily. So, even around family. Some things, maybe it's not even meant towards me that way, but we all have personal triggers where somebody does or says something and it just makes us feel weird, and we're just like, what the hell? And really they didn't maybe even mean it that way, but you got some boundary, you have like triggers or boundaries maybe from old things that have happened to you, and you're taking it like way more offensively. I'm definitely guilty of that. I can get mad. Yeah. If I feel like somebody's being critical of me, and the thing about it is I can definitely be critical, but I'm not critical in that manner. I could be critical in when I think like something might help you. I could be critical in, if you ask me what my opinion is of something that you're doing or something like that, I'm not going to make you feel good. I'm going to really tell you the real truth about what I think, and it's not to be hurtful. It's just that's the kind of person I am. So I probably could offend people too, and it's not even meant to be. So maybe that goes both ways, guys. Okay, so let's, even if you do get offended, let's go away and think about it before we like react. Look, I have awkward with people. I have a lot of awkward with people. That's why when usually if I go somewhere, like if I don't know people, I'm kind of standoffish. A lot of times for like a minute, because I don't know. Yeah. I guess sometimes I am awkward with people. I'm kind of shy. I'm also, to be honest, I'm also chalking you up to like, what do I think about you? There's a whole lot going on. I can work a room if I want to, but it's like, it's going to be super surface level. Just depends. I can do what I need to do, but most of the time I'm going to sit back for a second. I'm going to come off probably more quiet, but it's more so observant. But it can also be guarded. So anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? We all have our different things, okay? I'm trying so hard to grow. I really am. I have all these thoughts and stuff, and then when something awkward happens, I just get so awkward and uncomfortable. I don't even know how to handle the situation, and I'll just be even weirder, and then I'll just want to get out of the situation. Like, yeah. It's stuff I have to work on too. There's a lot of stuff I have to work on. All right, we're gonna pick something out of the trouble jar tonight. Who's coming out of the trouble jar that you might be dealing with? Y, M, D, another M, I, and V. So M, Y, D, I, V. I don't know if any of you are dealing with anyone like that or considering it, but tonight it came out of the trouble jar. So that doesn't mean that they're horrible people, but it might mean that you need to think about someone you're dealing with before jumping in or whatever. Maybe you're having a situation of misunderstanding. That could be where the trouble comes in. So I don't particularly see anything that I can think of, but there's a whole bunch of people out there. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good night, and I hope that maybe you got something out of that message. Let's do one of these, and I gotta get out of here, okay? Gonna carry on with my night and relax and rinse off and all the things that we do in the evening time. Guess I shouldn't put those down because these are little. This is Memento Mori. Your body is time. We've gotten that one before. You contain multitudes. For everything, a season. We'll do both of these. Forgive. That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was trying to say. Look at it from not just your triggered point of view. I'm very guilty of that. And then last but not least, feed the future, because our cards say that what's happening now and going forward right now is really good. Okay? Got it? Forgive. Look at both sides. Don't imagine things. Don't let your triggers get the best of you. We all have them, you know? If someone in the past said, like, put you down, you know, maybe they said they didn't like your looks, for instance, and then 3 years later somebody says something that you feel like might be saying something about your looks. I'm just using this, it could be anything, it could be money, could be whatever. They don't know that happened to you 3 years ago, and that thing 3 years ago really hurt you, and sometimes you don't even know that it's still under the surface until somebody says something and it instantly makes you mad, like way madder than it should, because you didn't realize you were still hanging on to that. Neither did that person, who probably just didn't even mean to do that, and didn't know, even if it was a joke or something. Not that I think people should be saying stuff about your looks, but I'm just saying, you know, you're gonna get way mad because that already happened to you, you know, and you're holding it somewhere deep down inside, for instance. So, you know, whether it be about your intelligence, your whatever, you get it. If somebody's dissed you in the past and it bothered you, and somebody else does it in the future, it just reminds you of it. Like I was talking about in the video about people on making advances towards you physically. You know, you could have had that happen, you know, to you a lot in your life, like myself, and or almost constantly, to where so many times you've thought people were your friends, and that's ultimately, like, they weren't. They just wanted that. That's a trigger now. That's like a very strong trigger for me personally. So, you know, while it's normal to be attracted to people, you know, if people come on to me like that, like, it just automatically, that just like is a huge trigger for me. Yeah, so you see what I mean? People might not know that, you know. They might think, well, she would be flattered with that, but no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not, because it's a trigger for me. So just an example, okay? If you watch my channel, you're probably getting to know that about me. That's not something that impresses me. That's actually something that I find a trigger. Does it make you a wrong person? No. You're just trying to go for what you want, I guess. But you know, we should look at both sides of the situation. another example. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. Have a good night. Maybe you got something out of it. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share. You can also subscribe. You can look at my shorts. You can go under my community tab and see what's going on in my life around town if you want to. You can, yeah, just go under all the stuff, okay? All right, thanks for watching, and thanks for any new subscribers, and thanks to all my subscribers, actually. Remember, this isn't for me to, you know, make money. This is just for us to be friends over here, okay? So when you do those things, I'm not trying to get you to do those so that I can make money. That would be so far away. It's very difficult to do that on here unless you have a lot of subscribers and a lot of content and a lot of views. Like it's not easy. It's not why I'm here. I'm just here to give somebody a little minute of distraction, have some fun, and just chat. You know, that's it, right? All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.